All right, we're moving to the third set of this best-of-5 series. Spawning in the top right-hand position as the red Protoss playing for SK Telecom T1 from South Korea. It's PartinG, and his opponent in the bottom left-hand position playing for yoeFWIan from Taiwan. His name is Ian as the blue Zerg. Man, they do not give me enough time for these player intros.
Yeah, they do it pretty quickly.
That's
You
like
kind of just have to bust that name at PartinG, Ian, and you're done.
I think that's what I'm going to do next time.
Yeah.
Should Ian take a game off PartinG, next time we move in, I'm like, spawning in the top right-hand position is going to be PartinG, he's red, and he's Protoss.
Yeah.
Bottom left, blue, Zerg, Ian, let's go.
Yeah, that's all you got. That's all the time you have. And I'm really surprised. Oh, I'm not surprised, but I feel very sorry for Ian that it is this map, because this map is incredibly hard against Protoss.
Yeah.
This map opens up a lot of timings on that third base of the Zerg. I mean, there's their own little pathway to that third base, which is perfect for Immortals and Force Fields.
Absolutely. This map, as a Protoss player, I feel it's very comfortable. There's a lot of quirks and nannies you can kind of move your units through. You can use less sentries overall in your army mix. They get a lot of good force fields to kind of trap units from your opponent.
It's a lot of high ground, a lot of ramps.
Yeah.
A lot of easy time force fields, and we'll have to see what PartinG goes into, going for the Forge Fast Expand once again.
Yep, and Ian, true to his style, continuing with the pool first into the hatchery.
That's right, playing the very safe style, very smart style.
Let's see how long PartinG can actually block this drone for. He's going to be quite annoying. It is starting to get low in health. Actually, a bit of a missed micro from PartinG. He's going to let the hatchery down a bit earlier than normal, but at the end of the day, it's not really a big deal.
Not too much of a big deal. And we actually saw a Forge before a Nexus this time, so PartinG was kind of playing a little bit more safer, but at the same time a little bit more aggressive. Like if a hatchery did go down, he could have just simply put cannons down.
Yeah, exactly.
Very, very quickly. But maybe he was a bit scared of possibly a Zergling attack early, and maybe a Zergling rush.
True.
You know.
I mean, he's already ahead 2-0. He knows he's the better player. Why try to do anything too risky when he can just play absolutely safe with that Forge in the Nexus?
That is very true.
Then, continue on his merry way into, I guess, whatever aggression or timing he plans on doing in game number 3.
Yeah. Very standard play right now.
All right, so yeah, you mentioned that this map is especially difficult for Zerg.
That's right.
Have there been any strategies that Zerg players have managed to kind of do that counteract the map style?
It's kind of hard because the timings usually come like at early tier 2. So Zerg has kind of just got their tech up, but they haven't really got a chance to really upgrade anything important. I mean, it's so hard against like an Immortal timing. You know, you don't have that much time. It's kind of just invest as much as you can in like Lings and Roaches and Spine Crawlers and kind of try and shut it down early, because if it gets too big, then it just gets so much harder.
Yeah, it's true. All right, well, we're in the early stages of PvZ. Overall, this part of the metagame, if you go for the Forge Expand as the Protoss, it's very fleshed out. It's very standardized. People have figured out basically all the optimal things to do in this situation, unless they're doing some type of crazy all-in. Like, Banelings are so rare, but
so rare.
I mean, we saw them in the early days of Wings of Liberty, I suppose.
Yeah, they were the good times. You know, they were the fun times. But I mean, the cybernetics core is up so fast these days. The Forge build is very standard but very safe.
Exactly.
It can really hold up against a lot of things. And we're going to see like a chrono boosted Stalker. So looks like PartinG's going to be a little bit aggressive. Maybe try and find some overlords on the map. Trying to clear out those watchtowers from Zerglings and maybe put a bit of pressure on the third base. Force out some Zerglings, maybe try and kill a Queen.
Yeah.
It's also a great way to go. When you have that Mothership core out, you have a couple of Stalkers and a Zealot, you can really put a lot of pressure on. And you can absolutely take down a Queen.
It seems like PartinG, every single game, he's wanted to apply some type of early pressure and then follow it up with a very large timing, generally on 3 bases.
That's right.
And
we're gonna see.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another similar plan to that, as we move into game 3.
Yeah, I would not be surprised at all. And we do see kind of like a safety Roach Warren, like a nice and early one.
Stalker just poking in, going to try to be a bit annoying. He does force a Creep Tumor to stop building, so I guess that Stalker has a mini victory. Holy crap, what a fast expansion.
I mean,
PartinG.
Why not? He's feeling very comfortable right now, and he's gonna go for what he thinks is best. And this is a great way to do it. I mean, put a lot of pressure on the Zerg.
I like it.
And kind of put him off, and then take that third base while the Zerg is defending.
Is he feeling comfortable or cocky?
No, I think this is comfortable right now. I mean, this is a fairly standard build. It can be shut down. I mean, if Zerg got like fast speed or something. But obviously, in this case, that is not the case. And it's going to just do damage. Maybe Ian is thinking, it's kind of weird how that Mothership core was so late here. Maybe maybe the build is not as normal as I think it is.
Well, PartinG is doing an excellent job with this harassment here. The queens are in the red. I would like to see a queen get picked off if possible. PartinG, very smart. He does not want to lose those 2 stalkers. That's going to easily shift the momentum into Ian's favor, should that happen. And that would also leave his third base pretty open to some type of counterattack.
And we see a Twilight Council going down nice and early, so perhaps we'll see more Blink play.
Yeah, I mean, with the amount of stalkers we're seeing so far and the extra gateways going up, definitely a possibility. And PartinG, look at this, man. He just got 3 drone kills for nothing.
He's completely controlling it at this stage with only 3 stalkers on a Mothership core. This should not really be a thing right now.
I know. I feel like part of it is just it's PartinG, and it's kind of he's getting into Ian's head.
I think he's definitely in his head right now.
Yeah.
I think Ian
That's gotta be it.
He's having a lot of trouble.
It's got to be frustrating, man. You're not. It feels like PartinG, he's controlling the pace of the entire series and can never really do what he wants.
That's right, and we see more gateways and Blink being researched, so it is going to be Blink timing.
Looks like you called that one perfectly, Moonblade.
Thank you very much. And Zergling speed finally out, so we might see a recall right now.
I would love to see a recall. There's the recall, and no stalkers fall. This is just going to make that Blink timing that much stronger.
That's right, and some sentries being made nice and early to build up that mana pool. Sorry, the energy.
Mana pool.
It's not magic in this game.
They had mana in Warcraft 3 as well, right?
They have mana, yeah. It's all magic in Warcraft 3.
Magic, mana, same stuff overall.
Well, essentially
Don't
mana
get too nerdy technical on me.
Okay, don't worry. You're right. But this game is energy, and we see a lot of gateways going up.
Has to do.
I think we'll see
a robo behind this as well.
Yeah, I think that'll be for a warp prism more than anything else.
Yeah.
Maybe some observers,
Just in case there's roach speed.
Yeah, you always want
roach burrow.
Yeah. You always want to have one of the counters, especially to early Blink players, to have burrow.
Yeah.
Because usually they'll skimp out on the robotics facility.
But the real question is, did Ian get enough scouting information on his opponent? Hydras and Lings, I mean, how do you feel about this composition?
Hydras and Lings can fight against this, absolutely. I mean, it's not a bad choice at all. It's going to be kind of about where he engages and how good these force fields are, and how good Ian lets these force fields become. I mean, like, you've got to be really careful where you're fighting. You've got to understand that a whole lot of force fields are going to be dropped, and you've got to either pull away or you've got to be in a really good position that they're not going to do too much damage.
All right, well, the build-up to the action is about to hit the tipping point as we have the +2 finish. PartinG has his gateway explosion complete, warping in a lot of units. Here's the initial fight. Time warp goes down, doesn't really hit much. The sentries have not expelled any energy whatsoever. The force field's still a very real threat for Ian, but look at that Hydra spread, Moonblade. This is actually going to be a really hard position for PartinG to attack into.
Well, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard, but the force fields could play a huge part because the Hydra does not have range, and so the Stalkers are going to completely outrage the Hydras. So if he starts pushing like a lot of the Hydras back, wow, that's very brave. This could actually take a lot of damage.
Yeah, I think that was actually a little bit too ballsy from PartinG.
That was
the +2 attack, though,
very
doing work. The Hydra range upgrade about to complete, and PartinG, he is just not afraid whatsoever.
He is bullying Ian around like nothing else.
And
he's going up to the favorite position of the Protoss when engaging the third base. I mean, it's just such a nice little nook you can run into.
Yeah, a perfect position for the Blink Stalkers, regardless of how many Zerglings you have or Hydras. It's so hard to get the surround off on this army position as well. And with the pylon reinforcements, PartinG is going to just try to actually not use that position, but go towards the middle of the third base, that main entrance. And look at how many units he has. The supplies are actually very close. I feel like Hydras alone are not going to be able to deal with this army composition.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. I mean, there's just simply too many Blink Stalkers, and yeah, pretty much everything's dying right now.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have a chance.
The reinforcements moving in, the +2 attack from the Blink Stalkers. PartinG overall just not afraid to be aggressive and push into his opponent's main base. The third base under fire. Looks like that may fall momentarily. Any Zergling reinforcements being wiped out almost instantly. And the drones coming off the mineral line. That's always the desperation move from the Zerg player. It simply does not look like Ian has enough units to defend against this attack. 161 supply to 78, and the GG is called.
GG.
PartinG wins.